Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the official first session for the Weave in the Void campaign. Our 5th edition tabletop setting officially launched on May 31st, a couple of days early, technically, a day early, I guess you could say. We went live early, and we have been preparing for this campaign for quite some time now. Previously, we had played through the Lost Mine of Phandelver using Fantasy Grounds to get used to it, and then decided we're going to be using this program moving forward. And so we've been working on getting all of this stuff prepped and ready to use. So if this is your first time tuning in, you're about to hear a whole bunch of stuff. If you're a returning visitor, you already know all this stuff, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. So I'm Tim Anderson, otherwise known as Renfail. I am 1/3 of the Wandering Hermits, which is a small LLC formed around the production of The World of the Weave and the Void. I'm the other party members of this LLC are my brother, Joey Anderson, aka Bim. You might know him as Idrildor on the Discord server, and then Chrisma, who is Christina
Yeah,
Barrios, my wife. Um,
yeah.
and the three of us started all of this stuff around February of last year, and then in March of 2021, we launched everything in the public as Project Drammond and started working on all of this through the Patreon page until I think October, I think was when late October, early November of 2021 was which when he announced it was actually called the Weave in the Void. Um, and since then, the Patreon page has been growing quickly. We've had all the websites going. We have our gaming community that's growing around this. But we have the 5th edition tabletop setting, which is the core of everything. It's the world. It's the world map that you can't really see it on the wall behind me. It's on the wall behind Bim, aka Joey. It's kind of the background for this overlay. That's the world of the Weave and the Void. And this campaign is the first official campaign in this world. This is the Escape from Parthana module, which is included in the source book that you can buy today over at weaveandvoid.com if you want to get a standalone copy, or if you go over to the Patreon page, patreon.com/. Wandering Hermits. If you go to the Dungeon Master tier and subscribe there, you get access to the book that way, along with a slew of cool perks like the map packs that we're using for this. Those are included in 8K format to download if you're a subscriber. You also get the development updates. We do 3 updates a week. And we're going to have Nathan doing an avatar pack here at some point very soon. We've also got a point and click adventure game set in the same world called An Adventurer's Tale, and you can download the demo for that at the Patreon page. And there is a novel, a book series being written, a lot like Dragonlance, if I could say so myself, along with chapter art from Chris, and that's also being published through the Patreon page. So hopefully we'll see you over at the Patreon. Don't forget to pick up a copy of the source book. It's also got artwork from the Nathan Napalm. He did the races and characters. He's playing the character Thamius tonight. And it also has artwork from Becca, who is Bounty and Sparrow's daughter, or Bounty and Galoon, I should say. Got some creature art. She's doing more art for us that's coming in the pipeline. Nathan's got some stuff doing coming down the pipeline as well. And then I'm going to be doing some stuff with him, some voiceover work for some tabletop stuff on his channel, some choose your own adventure stuff. So we're gonna get into all that today. And before we do, I would also urge you check out the links if you're following this along after the fact over on YouTube. Make sure to check the description text below. I have not added them yet here to Twitch, but I will be doing so in the future. Sparrow's got a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Sparrow. Nathan's got his YouTube channel, youtube.com/ the Nathan Napalm. Check those folks out below. Um, I think I've kind of done some of the quick background for everything else about the commercial aspect of what we're working on. Now, obviously, this being our first campaign, we have a brand new round of characters, a brand new cast of people who are moving forward to play with us as we move forward. Um, one more quick thing before I get going, because I'll forget it until afterwards, and I'll forget it if I don't do it now. If you're tuning in for the first time, don't forget that channel points can be used in 3 different ways. You can use your channel points to buy something from the adventuring list, like a potion or something to help or hinder the party. You can also control a player character with your points, or you can control the DM with your points at some point. So if you save your channel points, that's what they can be used for. If you want to do like a Hunger Games drop to your favorite character in the campaign, I'll try to remember to remind myself to say that again as we get going. But in the meantime, let's do an introduction because we have a whole new cast of characters, as previously mentioned, um, and we're going to be going through and playing. Now, obviously, since we're doing a homebrew setting, we have slightly different classes and races than what you would see in a traditional Forgotten Realms 5th edition setting because we are using our own world here. So, in our world, we have humans, which are very sort of traditional, but humans in our world also have access to quantum technology, which allows them to use quantum relics to cast magic like abilities, but they cannot tap into elemental magic. Then we have the Fae, who are made up of the brownies, the elves, the halflings, the dwarves, and so on and so forth. And they can use elemental magic, but not quantum technology. Now, elves are your typical elves. We've got your high elves, your wood elves. We also have sea elves. And sea elves are the only ones who can cross the Mad Sea because only they, with their magic ships, can do so. We also have the mountain dwarves and hill dwarves. We also have halflings and brownies. Now, when I say halflings, think more the Nelwyn from Willow. And when we say brownies, think the brownies from Willow, but with wings, because our brownies have wings. So that's a quick overview of the races. Classes are somewhat the same. If you've watched the previous episodes leading up to this, there are some caveats to the classes here. Paladins, Templars, and Inquisitors have to be human, and they have to come from the Church, which is a faction. And then Circle Mages are elves and other fae who are part of the Circle. There's also conclave mages, so on and so forth. In any case, go back and watch the previous episodes as we prepped this campaign. In the meantime, let's do an introduction to the cast. I don't know if you guys want me to pick or you just want to go one at a time. How do you want to do that?
We
Raise your
can
Yeah,
hand.
just pick. I don't know.
yeah, just pick. That way we're not
All right, I'll
talking
just
over
go
each other.
across. So on my screen, I got Bim. You go first.
Bim. Okay, so that's me. Bim Twinklebutt. He's a brownie. Okay. He's pretty young and arrogant from what, we're thinking here. He's got his sights set on becoming a great hunter. Okay. So he's tracking this albino boar called Gizmo, and it's a legendary boar. All the brownies know, big legend. So Bim's going to try to bring down this boar and take his tusks back um, to prove he's the best. That's his main goal in his life at the moment. He's not much going to think past that.
Okay. Next up, we've got Bounty.
Okay, Bounty is going to be a hedge mage. He's got ties to the Forkland Conclave. He is a high elf who was once part of the Circle of Mages in Pantheon. Pantheon.
We know where your mind's at.
Oops.
Shameless pug.
Oh, yeah. He eventually decided to leave after he realized he did not agree with the entirety of their politics. And he was a student of the Fire and Life circles before leaving their ways.
Okay. Chrisma.
Okay. Okay. I am a sea elf and I am a swashbuckler. Buckler.
Swashbuckler. Yeah. That's a fun
Yeah.
word to pronounce.
Yes, it's difficult to pronounce that word. And I am the first. For a moment, I am the first mate of the ship Serpents too.
Hmm.
And I am studying to be a captain under Firen. And then one day I hope to have my own ship. But until then, I need to save money and learn how to sail the seas. Seas? Yeah, yeah, it's
All
me.
right. Next up is Galoon.
All right, so my character is Galoon. She's a hill dwarf. She's made a name for herself making craft ales in Florkland. She's a warden by birth, so when she was born and her honey badger companion were born, they bonded. So she's always traveling with him. We're on our way to Parthana to seek an expansion of my business by opening my own tavern in the capital city, so I need to earn money to do so. I'm also known for having a temper. I've gotten most of my fighting skills from bar fights. So
Which, yeah, and we
that's
still haven't
Galoon,
quite figured out the weakness yet.
the trigger.
The
Yeah.
the trigger that sent, and I still keep coming back to it. It's got to be cheap, like domestic crappy ale. If you see somebody cracking that can tab, you're like, no, you can't
That's not
drink
gonna get
that.
me in a fight though. I don't know.
So
It'll be something.
Galoon is playing a unique class to our world, which is the Warden. Now, it's kind of in a state of flux right now. The way I have it in the module in our source book is that you can kind of choose how you want to play it. So we kind of said it's based on the type of pet that you have. So wardens are kind of like um, you get bonded with a creature when you're very very young, and you take on the attributes of that creature. And this could make your character more like a fighter. It could make you more like a rogue. It could make you more like an archer. In the case of you, did you already say what your pet was?
Honey badger.
A honey
Mm-hmm.
badger. So in this case,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of said, okay, so you're going to be kind of like a brawler type fighter who's going to have that really belligerent personality because that's the way, honey badger don't give a shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's literally the attitude that she's coming at. So when you think about the warden class, that's one of the classes that's unique to our setting, and that's how they work. Bless you, sir.
Thank
Well,
you.
and in this case, "O nomine Patris et Sancti," or what we need to come up with our own phrasing. Skinny, you're up next, sir.
Okay.
Skinny's a half elf, but he looks more like a human, which has allowed him to be employed by the human circle of mages as a spy. Sorry, no, by the human church of the elder ways as a spy. He was sent by the circle of mages from the Fae to spy on the human church and find out some information that he can send to them and just keep them apprised on some things that the church would rather keep secret. Um, as the days have gone on and as the campaign rolls on, his loyalties and alliances will be challenged, however, as there's some conflict going on and there's some stuff going on in the world that makes him maybe start to have a little more sympathy for the humans. Not quite changing, but a little more understanding. So we'll see where that goes.
And last but not least, we have Thamius.
Yes, I will not be the character that makes it easier for Skinny to enjoy humans because I am playing the paladin who is very much, at least at the start of this campaign, we'll see what happens, but very much siding with the humans and not a big fan of the Fae because the Church of the Elder Ways has taught me that they are somehow responsible for the bad things in the world. And my backstory is that my family name has kind of been a little bit dishonored in the church because my father was blamed for possibly the rumor is that he stole a relic from the church. But I don't believe that. I believe what my father had said, which was that that he did not, and circumstantial. And my father was murdered by an elf, so I kind of hold a grudge against um, the Fae, not only because of what the church has taught me, but because he died at the hands of an elf.
Or at least that's what you think is
Or at
happening.
least that's what I've been told.
We're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna we're gonna be finding out. So each one of these characters has a little bit of a backstory here that will be something that hopefully we can weave into the campaign, which has already been written, and we'll be using this to flesh things out a little bit more. Now, one of the unique ways that at least I think it's unique to what we've been doing. Himbarg's actually here in chat, and I'm giving him a shout out because Himbar was one of the original playtesters who playtested with this. That's actually Liam from Liam's Lyceum, and he play tested with us last year in August and September of last year, and he's actually in the module as an NPC. He's kind of been immortalized now as a quest giver. Um, but what I did with that is I took what I had written and I said, "This is the path." We walked the path. Some stuff happened while we walked the path, and I went, "That's a really good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea." And then I took those things and added them to my existing notes, and that's what I walked away with when I have the written form, the module. We're going to be doing the same thing here in the sense that while we're first few weeks we're going to be going through an already written module, once we get beyond the escape from Parthana module and into the real world, We're going off of notes, and then what you guys do combined with your backstories is going to continue to flesh that out for the next module, which will be coming later this year to the Patreon page, which is another reason to plug that and say don't forget to subscribe because you get all the juicy details on that as it's unfolding and being written and has all the art and maps and everything else being created for that as we go along. So, one last plug patreon.com/wandering hermits. We're going to get going now. Now, Skinny's character isn't actually going to be joining us at the very beginning. He has a roguish reason for this. So he's going to be fading into the shadows. He may or may not be joining us in this episode. It depends on how the role play happens in the rest of this session. But he is going to be remain on the call with us so that he can be ready to jump in if we indeed need his services through the first session. But it might, we'll see how the first session goes. It might be the second session before he comes in. But he is here with everyone. I wanted to make sure he got introduced. Everyone understands that we have a roguish spy in our midst, and we're going to be bringing him into the party at some point. So, Skinny, fare thee well in the shadows. Don't get hurt.
Go lurk. All right. I'll be lurking, looking for ways to spend my points to control the DM. But okay.
Ooh, yeah. All right, we're going to get an
See you later,
overlay.
guys.
All right, see you in a bit, Skinny. All right, so we're going to put an overlay over him to represent his character. Now, I've got a map that I need to share with everyone, so hopefully everyone's got their fantasy grounds fired up.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and share this map.
There it is.
Okay.
Do you need to hide me as well for now?
Well, you're not actually here quite yet, Nathan.
Right.
So, can you see the map? Probably you can't see the map because I don't have you on. Let me drag you
Actually, I
in.
still can. I can just see what
Oh
they
yeah, well,
got.
because I shared it with everybody, so I removed the mask filters off of it. So, the basic premise here is that we got a few characters who are already here. Um, Bounty has been called back to Parthana. Currently, the boat here is situated at the south of Forkland on a hidden dock out on the coastline outside the actual city proper. The ship in question is called the Serpent's Tooth. As previously mentioned, Christmas character is the first mate on this ship, which is captained by one Firin, who is a sea elf, and her life partner, Halen, who is a half elf. And Bounty has booked passage on this ship. He was looking for the quickest ship back. He was recommended. It's a little concerning why the ship is docking in the middle of the night on a coastline south of the city, but hey, it's going to get you back as quick as possible, and it's not the worst boat you've ever been on in your life. Meanwhile, Bim has hired this ship because he heard a rumor that there might be a cousin of Hylan the half elf in Parthana who would be able to help him track down Gizmo. So he decided to book a ticket on this ship in particular. Farron's already here, of course, because she is part of the crew. Now, it's middle of the night, around 2 a.m., and the crew under Halen and Christmas guidance have been busy loading supplies onto the ship. Bounty and Bim just hanging out, watching. You guys are passengers on the boat. And as about 3 a.m. rolls around, Halen is paying attention to the horizon to the east, and he eventually notices a small wagon escorted by a group of about a half a dozen dwarves coming down over the hill. One of those dwarves being Galoon with her honey badger, Brock, I believe is his name,
Hmm.
coming down over the hill. Now, this is information for the the the, the viewers to know, but this is something that relates more to Galoon more than anything else. So from a player perspective, you just have to keep this out of your mind for the moment. But Galoon is transporting legitimate ale. So one of Galoon's things is that she is a entrepreneur and she has established herself in Forkland as a brewer of fine ale, and she's off to the city of Parthana to attempt to perhaps make bigger things happen. Get some licenses, perhaps, to start selling ale in the big city and expand her enterprise. But along with the legitimate stuff that she's got, she's also got some illegitimate dwarven whiskey, which is for a certain someone named Thanon Rockguard in the city of Parthana. Now, only she knows this, but also Firen's going to know this, and the crew is going to know this because they're smuggling this with you and for you. Now, nobody else is going to know this, but for the purposes of roleplay, you do have some whiskey that's not supposed to be imported because of tax purposes, but you being an entrepreneurial dwarf who needs money, you say, to hell with that. I'm going to make coin however I can. And besides, I'm not a human. Human laws don't bother me. So that's the premise. You have arrived, and as you come down the slope, you and Brock, um, Highland meets you at the dock. Money exchanges hands. Hush, hush. Yeah, put that in. All right, boys, get that loaded. And your dwarven friends help load the boat, while the whole time Halen is continually watching that eastern horizon, keeping his eyes peeled. Eventually, the boat's loaded. Um, Hands are shaken. The rest of your dwarven crewmates go off into the distance, and the boat casts off into the early morning sun. Now we're going to get a different map up here, everybody, so go ahead and close that one. Ugh, why did it get rid of all your characters? All right, I'm sharing a new map. And I'm going to drop your character. Can you guys all see the map? For some reason,
Not
your
the box
characters.
popped up, but
Yeah,
let's
for
go
some
ahead.
Yeah.
reason, your characters were on it earlier, and for some reason, they're not anymore. So
Oh,
give me
Now
a
just,
second. There's
just
Charisma.
now
yeah.
There's
Now it's starting to
Ben.
light up.
There's Fearin. There's Galoon.
yeah.
There's Brock. And there's Bounty. Um, I'm gonna pull Thamius and Skinny on the map just so they can see it. But
Oh, we can see it. We can see it anyway.
okay, perfect. All right. So you're on a vessel heading into the open sea. All right, let me scroll up here. Okay. After you finally unload the wagons, the Serpent's Tooth sets sail with dawn coloring the eastern horizon. The voyage across the inner sea is uneventful. The nights are cold, the days slightly warmer, but still not warm enough that you feel comfortable wandering the upper decks without a cloak. Springtime is here, but upon the open waters the breeze is still crisp. Your vessel hugs the coast as you make your way south, then east, and you pass other merchant ships doing the same, casual waves made between ship crews when close enough to see each other. To the north, the ever-smoldering volcano at the heart of the inner sea looms as a stark reminder of the cataclysm those 5 centuries ago, when the Fey world was torn asunder by strange energies and rifts that appeared out of nowhere, energies that preceded the arrival of humans. To the south, fishing villages dot the coastline as you make your way east, giving way at the southernmost juncture to the Bay of Anglor and the city of Angloria, second only to Parthana. From there, the vessel turned north, following the coastline as it turns from gentle slopes and rolling hills to the rocky crags that finally terminate at Mulkin's Point. A sharp turn to the south, and you're sailing into the long arm of the Arkan Bay, several large shipping vessels making their way north into the inner sea. 4 massive naval ships guard the entry, the half-risen sun of the Church of the Elderways visible upon the bows even from a distance. 2 lighthouses crest the ridges on either side of the mouth of the bay, with the easternmost barely visible from where your ship hugs the coast as it makes its way south towards Parthana. You see the tip of the main tower that makes up the Circle of Mages first, followed shortly after by the glimmering stained glass of the Vestige Temple's main windows reflecting the morning sun even from this distance, and then the city of Parthana slowly spreads across the horizon as your ship closes in. The land around is a gently sloping bowl that makes its way down to the harbor, with the Vestige Temple and surrounding buildings of the Church of the Elderways on the western slopes, with the 8 towers making up the Circle of Mages on the eastern side. Between, a bustling city made up of mansions and shops and libraries and schools and taverns and inns and warehouses and hovels. Everything a capital city needs to be the heart of the realm. Several other navy vessels are anchored along the way. The Serpent's Tooth is tiny by comparison. You see larger elven ships as you make your way towards the docks, their sleek lines perfect for navigating the mad sea to the east. bulkier human vessels as well, veterans of the inner sea, but then your attention is turned towards the crew, a mixture of elves and humans, as they slow your ship and you make your way towards one of the smaller docks on the southeastern side of the harbor, where the waters are too shallow for the larger vessels. A gentle thud follows as your ship nudges the edge of the docks, and the sea elf Captain Fearin makes her way to the edge of the sloop as several dwarves below wave up at her and push a large wooden gangway into place between the dock and the ship. She waves back, then turns towards your group, her steely gaze taking you all in. Let's not keep our clients waiting. Get this unloaded into these wagons, then follow Jurl the dwarf down there and get things delivered to Than and Rockguard's smithy. She gestures towards the end of the docks where several wagons are packed, then makes her way down the plank, Highland following just behind her. She exchanges pleasantries with a red-bearded dwarf, whom you can only assume is the aforementioned Jurl, then heads off into the city proper with Highland by her side. A low shout from the red-haired dwarf catches your attention as he bellows orders to you along with his fellow dwarves, and you are soon caught up in the frenzied unloading. Let's get another map open here. Okay, I'm going to share this with everybody. You should see this.
All right.
Okay, we can actually get rid of the grid. All right, let me get your characters on the map here from the combat tracker. So we're going to be Island, Bim, Baron, and Highland are actually disappeared. Hold that thought. And we've got Galoon, and we've got Bounty Code, and we've got Brock. Now, for the purpose of the moment, we're just going to be using Theater of the Mind for the dwarves and the wagons, since we've just got these here on the map here for the moment. But this is basically the scene has been set. You've arrived at the docks. Halen and Fearon have gone off to deal with the dockmaster, and you've been left under the care of a dwarf named Jurl, a red-bearded dwarf who started shouting orders to help unload the shipments. He's got a few wagons with some of these stout ponies that the dwarves use, and he's got a crew of dwarves who are helping you to unload the ship here at this point. So from here, we're going to open it up, and we'll see what you guys want to do from here as you're unloading the ship.
I'd be very concerned with how they're treating my ale. Make sure you don't break any of that. Be gentle.
Hey, Missy, come here. Gerald's going to motion to Galoon to the side.
Yeah.
Oi, yeah. So as you're packing the wagons, you've got lots of supplies are being offloaded from the boat. There's smithing supplies, crates of ore and ingots of various types of metal. There's casks of your ale, as well as some specialty items from Glesnabir, which is the mountain kingdom of the dwarves, far to the west in the Nilrenhain Mountains, including some Dari mushroom flour, cooking oil, a bunch of other stuff. But here's the thing. The padlocked chests that you had delivered here, that's what he's going to motion you towards. So he's going to take you over to one of the wagons. Hey, look, here's the looks. Everything's safe. Look here. He's going to open up, and there's a little chamber underneath the bottom of one of the wagons, and they're putting your the padlocked crates of that specialty whiskey down into that little compartment underneath the wagons, and then on top of that is going all these other supplies and stuff. Don't you worry, it's not the first time we've gotten the stuff through here. Just we got it covered. We got it covered.
Well, I've heard you're professionals. I don't want any problems with this.
No worries. Your stuff is safe with us, and I can't wait to try it myself. I've heard nothing but good things.
Goes without saying, I'm known for the best.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I look forward to having a drink when we get this delivered to Thannon's.
Make sure nothing gets broken. I don't want it wasted.
Aye, aye. All right, so they're gonna keep unloading or loading the wagons here. Um, Eventually, they finish loading, and it's time to escort the wagons to this point. Now, some of you have been in the curse of Bim. You've been told that you can meet this other individual. It's a brownie by the name of Althea at Thanon Rockguard's place. Galoon, you're delivering surprise. You're gonna get paid. Um, the dwarf Gerald's gonna turn around and be like, the rest of you, I think you're paying passengers here at this point, but I'll tell you what. If you can help me deliver this, we've been having some checkpoints set up along the road. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes there's muggins, so on and so forth. If you want to help me escort these down to the Dwarven District, I'll give you some coin when we get there. Sound fair? That's
Be
mostly
willing.
he's talking to Bounty at this point. Oi, mage.
Nice to say. Yeah.
What was the question?
Hey, you want to make some coin?
Mhm.
You look like one of these magey types. It's on the way to the Circle of Mages if that's where you're going.
Yes, I definitely could stop by my old stomping ground and see how they're doing and
Fair
make some
enough.
coin on the way. Sure,
All
thank you.
right. Chrisma, you're going to be going along because you were asked by Firin to accompany the wagon down to Thanon's.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, wagons are now fully loaded. How do we want to go here? There's room on two of the wagons for one additional player each to ride alongside the driver, but the rest of the party needs to be on foot. Otherwise, everyone can walk. Jurl, the red bearded dwarf, is going to take the first wagon, and then there's two additional wagons. So, is anybody going to be riding in the second wagon and the third wagon, or are you all just going to be walking?
I'd
Uh,
kind of like to just buzz around real annoyingly, around everybody. Just as obnoxious as possible. Just like.
After the boat voyage, I think Brock and I'll walk.
yeah, I need to stretch my legs.
Okay.
It was a long voyage.
All right, let's roll, ladies and gents. All right, we're going to get a new map up here, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. We need Heron's Plaza and sharing. Everybody should have that map up.
Yep.
All right, let's get every your characters onto the map. We've got Chrisma, we've got Bim, we've got Galoon, got nope, not you. We got Bounty Code, and we got Brock. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay. As your wagons creak their way south across the cobblestone streets of Parthana, you see a checkpoint on the avenue in front of you. You recognize the half-risen sun of the Church of the Elder Ways emblazoned upon the cloaks of the soldiers, the golden rays resplendent against the bright white of the fabric. There are at least 20 of them, half of them checking the traffic going out of the docks, and the other half checking traffic coming in. Jurl curses under his breath as he slows the ponies of the lead wagon, and two young soldiers approach. Give me 1 second here because I need to spawn an encounter.
Mm.
Okay, and we're also going to get. Where are you at? Thamius. All right. Thamius, you are one of the soldiers, one of the two paladins approaching the wagon. So the premise here is that are the players going to get through this checkpoint or not? It just depends on how the situation goes. But basically, Um, they're checking traffic going in and out. These two soldiers are approaching the wagons to begin the inspection process. I'll go ahead and let you lead that interaction, Thamius.
Halt! Everyone, please stop. Routine inspection. I got to keep the city nice and proper. Men, if you could please just go ahead and let's make sure everything is in order. Everything that should be on the list should be within these wagons. Just take a moment of your time, folks.
Yeah, yeah. Listen. Gerald's gonna go ahead and hop down from the first wagon. I've got all the permits right here, and he's gonna pull out a stack of papers and wave them at you.
Okay. I hold my nose a bit as he gets close. I take the papers from his hand and back away a bit. Take a look at them. Now, what do I see on these papers?
It's basically just dock stamps from the import, from it's import stamps from the dockmaster um, when they just came in. So these are a
Okay.
bunch of basically it's different files saying there's 5 casks of this, there's 3 crates of this, there's this. It's kind of like when you go to Costco. On the way out of Costco, they're
Right.
gonna check your receipt against what's in the bag.
I got you. Come with me, and the soldier's with me. I'm going to wave at him, and I'm just going to kind of peruse between, right in between Ben and Chrisma here, um, and I'm going to look over and see the badger and kind of snarl my nose a bit, and I'm just going to kind of look over and looks like there's a lot of stuff and keep holding my nose and I gag a bit and then I'm just gonna be like, all right, let them through. Everything seems to be in order here. That's enough Fey for one day.
What's this, soldier? The stern-looking man, your captain, Captain
Mm.
Arenthal, is going to step forward at this moment as he sees you about to let these wagons through. What's going on here, Thamius?
Well, sir, we have some Fays. They have some supplies here. I have the list in my hand. Appears to I don't see anything dangerous. I just want to let them through.
Let them through. He's going to turn his eye and immediately notice that there are 2 elves in the party, and he's going to frown as his gaze crosses across Bounty and Chrisma. He doesn't appear to be as much like he kind of his gaze passes over Galoon. He just kind of is like, when he sees the badger, the brownie. He's just kind of like, "Ugh." But the 2 elves in particular, what's the meaning of this? Um, you said the papers all in order. Let me see those. He's gonna take the papers from you. Um, and he's going to walk over to the wagons and he's going to peer into the sides here. Um, he's going to walk around all 3, very slowly going through all of the papers. Um, and he's going to walk around all 3 of the wagons and come back around. And then he's going to confront the let's see, who is he going to confront here? Let's roll a 6. If it's 1, 2, or 3, it's Chrisma. Hold on a second, I gotta get rid of the encounter. 1, 2, 3, it's Chrisma. 1, 2, 3, it's Chrisma. 4, 5, 6, it's Bounty. You there, elf. What's your business in this city? You don't appear to be wearing any of the mages of the council.
I am here to visit the Circle of Mages.
Circle of mages. He spits onto the ground. I have no test with their kind these days. What business do you have at the circle?
I was a member at one time, and I went off to, let's say, expand my knowledge of their
Stop right there.
magics.
He's going to get up in your face. He's going to poke you in the chest. Listen, your kind has no place in my city. I don't want you here. Why do you think that you can just come in here and do what you want? And he's going to poke you again and he's going to push you back towards the wagon physically.
I don't want any trouble here, but I thought the Circle of Mages were allowed in Parthana.
One of the soldier that's with you, Thamius.
Hmm.
Sir, if I could, the papers, sir. The papers, are they in order? He's gonna turn
Uh,
around.
is he talking to me?
No, he's you're
Okay.
the soldier that's with you is like trying to like step in, and he's like, "Sir, the papers, sir. Just the paper. Are the papers in order?" Let's roll bounty. I want you to roll a because you just attempted to say, "I don't want any trouble. I'm just here." Roll a persuasion. Now you're gonna have a let's see, what is a -5 penalty because you're an elf. This guy is seriously doesn't like elves. So roll a persuasion with a -5 penalty, please. DC of let's make it a DC of 8.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, a
Um,
-2.
he's the captain's going to be slightly distracted by what the young lieutenant was saying about the papers, and he's going to turn around and wave the papers towards the young lieutenant, who's going to take them from him. Going to pass the papers back to you, Thamius. He's going to turn back around and he's going to shove your shoulder, Bounty, back into the wagon, and he's going to lean in real close. Don't let me see you in my part of the city ever again, elf, or it'll end badly for you. You got that?
I got it. Pull my hood down.
Okay. Um, he's going to step back here for a moment, and he's going to walk back around the front corner of the wagon, and as he's doing so, he's going to stop. And he's going to cock ahead. I'm going to roll for now to see whether or not. Um, okay. What's that over there? And he's going to go back to the back of the wagon. Now, this is the wagon that's got the special compartments. Jurl is starting to look a little nervous at this point, and he's going to go back around the back, and he's going to wave at you, Thamius. Hey, come with me. You, the papers, bring the papers. And he's going to go back around the back of the wagon, and he's going to approach the captain. Hey, everything's all right here. Your man's got the papers right here. Look, permits are all in order here. You can see we got some good old dwarven ale from Glasnabra. We've got the flour. Here's the mushrooms. It's all there, sir. You can clearly see it's all legitimate. We've got the papers. Everything is good to go. Um, let's see here.
Okay, I'd like to. So it's me and the dwarf here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to wave over the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I just? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say anything. Just just
Yeah.
wave
Yeah.
him over.
Sure. Yeah. You're good.
And as he approaches, I'm just gonna kind of lean the paper in with him and point to the back of the wagon and be like, "What do you think, sir? Everything in order? Should we let him pass?"
Oh! Can you guys see my
Uh-oh.
rolls, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. He
Critical
he he
fail.
critically failed. So, um, he's gonna frown, look one last time to the back of the wagon, give you a curt nod, and he's gonna walk off.
Okay, I'd
Um,
like to turn to the what was the dwarf's name again that pulled me back here?
Jurl,
Thurl?
Jurl,
Jurl.
J-E-R-L.
I'd like to turn over to Jurl and real lowly. I'm going to lean down and I'm just going to be like, if it was up to me, you'd be in the dungeons, you filthy dwarf. And then I'm going to walk off with the captain.
Okay. Captain's as the wagon starts to go by, the captain's gonna turn around and say, "Thamius, accompany them to wherever they're going and make sure they get there safe and sound. I don't want any of these scum wandering the streets unchecked with what's going on right now."
Aye, sir.
Okay. Wagon is going to roll through the checkpoint at this point. I need everybody to roll a passive perception check. The DC is 14. So everybody roll a perception, please.
Me too?
Yes. Not you,
Okay.
Thamius. Everybody
Okay,
else.
okay.
Do you click the number to do that?
It's in your
It's in skills, isn't it?
yeah,
Perception,
skills.
perception. Yeah, skills.
Oh, I did persuasion. Hold on. Perception is what
Yeah,
I
it's
got.
perception. 9, 9, 4, 13. Mm-mm. All right, so your wagon goes through the checkpoint unmolested at this point. And as you go through, it's just you see a line of people going in and people going out. Um, let's roll. Bounty, you've been here before. So roll a perception check with a DC of say 5 real quick. Oh yeah.
Ooh, nice.
People look a little nervous, like you've been here before, and you're getting a sense that the everybody's like all these the checkpoint soldiers, they're really amped up. There's definitely something in the air. The people going through the checkpoint are very frightened looking. As you ride by, that's just kind of as you go on through the checkpoint, that's just kind of what you get. Obviously, you don't want any trouble with the church, so it's best not to linger. Um, keep your hood down, keep going, but at the same time, you have approached um, this. You've come to the city for the first time in a very long time, and you feel that something is off. Now, who rolled the 13? Galoon?
Yep.
Um, I'm gonna roll a 6 because that was really close. So we're gonna see. We're gonna roll a flavor roll and see. Um, mm-mm. Okay. All right. You are officially through the checkpoint. Now, as you get through the checkpoint, let's go ahead and pull up a different map here.
So
I'll
close this.
let my group know that, hey guys, I've been here before, and this town had a much better vibe than what we're feeling today. This is something that's definitely up, and just keep an eye out and ear out for something's off.
Okay, you should have a new map shared now. Now we're going to do a quick explanation of the city. Try to get this a little bit better centered for the people on the stream so that we can see the map there you are. So this is the city of Parthana. I'll go in one more time there. That looks pretty good. So on the POIs here, number 1 is the Vestige Temple over here in the top left. This is the headquarters for the Church of the Elder Ways. Everything over on that side of the bay, all those big buildings, those belong to the church. The houses just to the east of there. This is basically north would be diagonal, where the city of Parthana label is. That's north. So the way these maps are laid out, it's slightly at an angle. So north is up here, south is down in this corner, east is down in this corner, west is up in this top left corner. Um, so those are the church buildings, and then in front of that, you've got sort of like the mansion districts. This is where all the rich and wealthy live in the city, mostly clergy, a handful of merchants. Number 2 on the map is the Fuwar Shipping Agency, or the Fuwar Trading Company, as they're more commonly known. You've all been looking at these maps, coming in, studying them on the boat, so this is something that would be common knowledge to all of you, even if you've never been here before. Keep a handy scroll in your pouch if you need to for future reference. Number 3 on the map is the docks district itself, including the Muddy Maid Tavern, which was near the checkpoint that you just were at. You just literally went past there. Number 4 is the warehouse district, where most of the shipping vessels that come in dock and store their wares. Number 5 is the Circle of Mages. Number 6 is the Dwarven District, which is where you are currently heading right now on your way down through the city. Number 7 is the Market District, which is just to the north of the Dwarven District. It's where you can find all sorts of goods and sundries, fruits and vegetables, so on and so forth. Number 8 is Heron's Plaza. Number 9 is the main gates to the city. And number 10 is the Human District, where you can find a lot of residential dwellings as well as tons of shops and blacksmiths and so on and so forth. Just north of there, backing up against the Fuwar shipping agency, or the Fuwar trading company is some sort of the middle class section of Parthana. Bigger houses, some of the more wealthy merchants live here, so on and so forth. So the straightest shot to get to the Dwarven District is to take the boulevard down south to Heron's Plaza, then go east, and you'll eventually make your way to the Dwarven District. All right, as you get past the checkpoint, the next couple of hours are spent carefully navigating your way through the side streets of Parthana, following the instructions given to you by the two. Um, hang on a second here. Yes. You manage to avoid any additional checkpoints, and eventually the 2 and 3-story wooden stucco buildings on the human side of the city give way to the short rock and stone roof structures that are typically dwarven construction. You pull your wagon out from the side streets into the main avenue, a large market on the northern side of the street with the Dwarven District to the south. Behind you, the fountain at Heron's Plaza and the checkpoints surrounding all corners slowly recede in the distance, and ahead the cobblestone road gives way to a dirt path that leads east into what appears to be a combination of forest and elven structures. The 7 towers, with a circle of majors towering above the treetops, with the 8th tower rising in the center. To the south, a small pathway leads into the Dwarven District. As you make the turn, a large building in the center of the Dwarven District lies ahead of you. An outdoor forge with a covered awning set to one side, a wooden signpost in front declaring it Thanon Rockguard's smithy. A middle-aged dwarf, well-built, with gray streaking through his otherwise jet-black hair and beard, steps out from the building, accompanied by Firin and Hylan. All right, and we gotta get another map open here for everybody. Dwarven District. Okay, I should be sharing this map now with everybody. And I gotta get all of you on. Oops, hang on. I gotta redo. I gotta put a grid down real quick on this map so that it's not so huge. 1 second. All right, let's get everybody on the map here. I probably need to make those a little bigger. All right, this should work. We've got Bim, got Galoon, got Thamius, Bounty Code, Brock. Up here we've got Hylan and Firin. And I need to get a couple of other NPCs pulled up here real quick. And for some reason it didn't save, so give me 2 seconds everybody, because it didn't save my pictures for Alfia and Thanon, so I want to get those real quick pulled up before I did all of this before the show, and apparently it didn't save my avatars.
So this whole time that we've been traveling, so it's been several hours, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How has Thamius been faring going with all of these Fey people?
I had during the travel, I mostly didn't make much eye contact. I just looked at you guys, took a couple of glances, looked you all up and down, and uh, paraded through the streets.
Gotcha. Cool. Are you wearing a helmet? Like, are you full plate?
I'm not wearing a helmet. No,
Not
I'm just
wearing a helmet.
wearing
Okay.
the typical garb of a
Okay.
but no helmet.
Okay. So this is the scene as you approach. Then is this dwarf right here. This dwarf steps out, and as the wagons roll up, he steps out. Hoi, Gerald, you got my waters there. Joe's gonna step down from the wagon and say, I got it right here, sir. He's gonna hand over the papers, and the dwarves are gonna go pull the wagons up around the corner and start to unload them at this point. Aye, you're the ones who delivered these, yeah, with fear in here. You were promised payment, I think, some of you, yeah? He's gonna look at you. Which one of you wants payment for this, yeah? I know you're part of the crew. He looks at Chrisma. What about the other ones? Who am I supposed to pay for the delivery of these goods?
I need to get paid for my ale.
Well, that's different from the. Yeah. Yeah, you're in a minute, lass. I'm talking about the delivery of the goods from the ship, yeah? Gerald, which one did you offer to pay? He's gonna point to Bounty. Um, you're gonna get. You can add 15 gold coin Bounty to your
Nice.
stash.
Okay.
All right, they're unloading stuff. As they're doing so, Thanon's gonna um, point to a table that's set up outside of his home. Long wooden table. It's got some casks set up on side of it. He's like, it's thirsty work delivering all this stuff. Why don't you come on over here and have a drink, everyone? And he's gonna start pouring mugs of ale for everyone. You, soldier, I don't know that I've seen your type down here in a while, Mr. Paladin. How goes the watch?
I've just been put on duty to watch these and make sure they cause no trouble in the city. Thanks for pouring me a bit there, but I'm on duty, so I shan't drink this day.
So relax a bit. It's only a little bit here. Come on, take a drink. And he's gonna kind of force a mug into your hand. He's not gonna take no for an answer.
All right,
Nope.
I take the mug and I turn my back to him and I toss it on the ground, and then
Oh,
In
continue holding it.
in sight of him, you're gonna toss it on the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. Um. Yeah.
city has this become?
You don't have any root beer?
Uh,
Well, that's no way to treat an ale, lad. Well, go up your guzzler there. He's gonna frown at you, but he's not stupid enough to mess with the church. So, fair enough. If you don't want to drink, you don't want to drink. But the least you could have done is hand me my mug back. You didn't need to throw it on the ground like that.
Indeed, here's your mug. I did tell you in advance I cannot drink on duty, sir.
All right, he's gonna take the mug. Galoon, can you roll a what would this be? Let me look at the skills hill real quick. Characters, Galoon, skills. Hmm.
Insight?
No, it would be to while Thamius was distracted with the ale, if you were able to get the locked boxes out of the like as you're unloading, like while
Mhm.
Thamius isn't looking, if that makes sense. Like get the boxes out.
Light of hand?
Yeah, it'd be a sleight of hand roll. So do that with a DC of 5. Thank God for
Oh.
bonuses. That could have been bad. All right, so you and Jurl very quickly while this is going on and while Thamius is distracted with the ale and he bends over to pick up this empty mug, you very quickly are able to kind of lift up the hatch and pull a couple of the boxes out real quick and get them over to the side and put them behind everything as everything's being unloaded. Um, Now, once that's happening, you've got those unloaded. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Once that's all unloaded, Thanon's gonna actually go over and open up at the end of the at the end of his table. He's got a special chest that he's gonna open up, and he's gonna pull out a flask, and he's gonna turn to Highland Fearin, and he's gonna say, "Yeah, this is something special I've been saving for when you two are gonna come around again, and I thought it might be a good time to celebrate rekindling of old relationships and friendships. The rest of you are welcome to have a drink if you'd like as well." And he's gonna go ahead and start pouring several small glasses of this specialty issue out of a small flask. Who wants to partake and drink some of this?
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Definitely.
Free booze, yes.
Yeah.
Free booze.
You're pouring my favorite booze. Free.
Okay. All right. As you all take a swill of this, you all need to pass a Constitution check. So
Oh
roll
no.
roll a Constitution. Everybody roll a Constitution save.
This, where is that? Is that the one on the left or the right? The
It's
saves
Oh.
column.
no, it's just your Constitution. So on your main character sheet panel, just double click the Constitution.
Well, there is a save one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
there
noticed
was a
that.
Oh,
saves
I didn't
and I
see
got a
that. All right,
Oh,
plus
Galoon.
6.
wow.
Oh wow, she's a
Galoon is an
dwarf.
expert.
She's a dwarf. She is a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where is Constitution.
No,
CON.
just on the main page, Chris. No, the main.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay, see.
double click Constitution.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right. Okay. All right. That's some very stout stuff. Um, as all of you take a swill, you immediately noxious fumes. Like it's very delicious. It's a very nutty, spice whiskey. But it's so potent that as you drink it, you immediately feel yourself growing lightheaded and you slump off unconscious.
Oh, damn.
However, Galoon does not. Galoon is a dwarf. She's accustomed to such specialty whiskeys. She shakes her head as the rest of you kind of fall unconscious against the wall of the
Elves.
building. And as she does so, you hear a cackling from above you, and you notice a female brownie sitting on the rooftop, laughing hysterically at the unconscious party members.
Mm.
Thanon looks up at her. "Right, Althea, what'd you do? She must have slipped something in the ale. It's not supposed to be that strong." Um, and she disappears off over the eaves of the roof, uh, and flitters off into an unknown direction.
I would like to try to run the direction I've seen her go and just kind of see if I can tell which way she ran.
Perception check, good sir.
All right.
Am I unconscious at this point
Oh
in time?
yeah,
I
oh
guess.
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you totally.
No.
So you duck around the corner real quick, Thamius, and you see her flit down and go into one of the windows into the building here.
Okay. I'd like
Okay.
to return back,
Okay.
speak with Thanon.
Sure.
Like to be like, she went back into the forge.
Right.
How dangerous is this substance she put into their drink?
It can't be nothing serious. Just a little bit of a sleeping draught. Wear off in about 20 minutes.
Make my job easier then.
What job might that be?
Just watching these hooligans, making sure that they're up to nothing but good in the fair city, Parthanas.
Well, indeed, the fair city, indeed. It's been a good place to me and my kin since we moved in, eh? And he's gonna gesture around to the dwarves. Matter of fact, if it weren't for the dwarves and the elves, this city wouldn't exist in the first place. If I recall, when your people came a knocking 500 years back when you were nothing more than refugees, it was my people, the dwarves, who first met you on the riverbanks and showed you how to farm and till the land. All you had was those funny devices that you brought north with you that didn't do no good. So it's good of you to be thinking about this is a good city that we've all built together, eh? And he raises a glass to you and takes a drink.
Ah, fair indeed. If it not were not for the humans, though, the prosperity wouldn't be here. I'll give you your due. If it weren't for the dwarves, it wouldn't be quite as well built as it is today. But I think we can all agree the humans brought the prosperity to the region.
Well, there's definitely been some prosperous times of late, no doubt, no doubt. As a matter of fact, and he pats his belly, been feeling quite prosperous myself because of the humans over the last few years. You've brought me plenty of smithy work. It's been good times for me and my kin.
Indeed.
All right.
Now, who's still conscious? Bounty?
Galoon, only Galoon.
Galoon. And all the delivery is over now, I'm assuming?
Yeah, their delivery's done now. As you've been having the conversation, the dwarves have finished unloading everything, and we are starting to see our party members return to consciousness. Let's see how they react.
My little wings start twitching. Woo!
No.
Hmm.
A little bit worse for wear, eh?
Did my sleeping spell backfire?
How you feeling there?
I got a headache.
Well, nothing a little bit of sleep won't cure. Gotta be careful with those dwarven whiskeys sometimes. They pack a bit of a punch if the brownies get to 'em first, eh?
This is good stuff.
All right. This is a good point here. We've delivered the ale. You've made it to the city, so on and so forth. We can, from here, rest up for a little bit as the party members recover and get their consciousness back. Does anyone need to take a bio? If so, this would be a good time. Otherwise, we can continue onwards. Just double checking with everybody before we move on.
Good.
All
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. Now that you've all recovered consciousness and you're back on your feet, Thanon's going to talk a little bit. Under his talking to Mylan Farron, they're going to disappear inside. He's going to turn back around to you. Let's see here. Double checking where we're at. You'll probably be needing a place to stay now that you're in the city. I don't know if any of you have got family members here, but I can recommend the Muddy Maid Tavern. It's pretty much the only place that you can get a good place to stay these days up on the docks. What with all the going-ons around here. I know the Dwarven District got a couple of taverns, but they've been under reconstruction lately. So I'd recommend that. Besides, Marilyn's a good friend of mine. She'll give you a good room at a fair price. And it's a good place to set up for the night if you go over on the docks. You can have you can have access to the whole city at your disposal from there. Beyond that, if you want to return here on the morrow, we might have some more work for you, and you never know. But in the meantime, you can always feel free to explore the city at your leisure. So from
I would
here,
like to inquire. I'd
mhm.
like to inquire about the fellow brownie that we saw and see if that was the one that I was supposed to get some information off of.
Althea. Aye, that's Althea.
Yeah,
Do you
you
know her?
don't know if. No, but I told that she might have some information. See, I'm hunting this legendary. You've probably heard of him. His name's Gizmo. He's an albino
All right.
boar. He's
Yeah.
legendary.
No more. It's just he's gonna roll his eyes. I don't need to hear any more about Gizmo. I've heard this one a million times. Althea, and he's gonna shout out for her. And a moment later, she's gonna come fluttering out the door. What? I said what? It's this other wee one needs to talk to you about something. And he's gonna disappear inside at this point.
Cool.
Aye? What do you
Yeah.
need?
Yes, my name's Bim Twinklebud. You've probably heard of me. I am an expert, very legendary hunter among my clan. Well, maybe I don't know. You don't know. Anyways, was told that you maybe had some information about the location of Gizmo. I know you know who he is, so let's hear it. What do you know?
Gizmo, Gizmo. Well, Gizmo, my goodness, I haven't heard about Gizmo in at least 6 months, but I'll tell you what I do know. There was a
Yes.
cousin of mine that came up from the south, I should say. He was in the Greenwood, and he said that he saw Gizmo down in the Greenwood, but he lost it and he had to come up here because he ran out of supplies. And then when he went back, he couldn't find the trail again. And that's all I know. And I haven't seen my cousin in like 3 months, so I don't know what happened to him. But Greenwoods, that's what I heard.
Man, that's the best lead I've had in forever. It's amazing. You let me know if you ever see that cousin of yours
Yep,
again,
yep, will do, will
If you
do. Anything else?
well, that's really my main point in life is to find Gizmo, so I guess not.
Have fun. She's gonna disappear and uh, follow everybody else inside the forge. Um, so at this
So am I
point,
supposed to be taking my ale anywhere, or is it just being
you
delivered
were
somewhere?
delivering it to him,
Hmm.
and he may or may not have forgotten to pay you, so you may need to pursue him on
I
the
already
inside.
asked him to pay me.
Well, yeah, he got sidetracked, so you might need to pursue him inside. My
Hmm.
buddy, don't
All
jiggle,
right.
jiggle.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'll
Oh.
do then.
All right, so you're gonna go holler at them. Hey, what? Oh, your money. Ah, I forgot. What?
Money.
What? It was 250 gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's 250 gold.
All right.
Will you get it
Thank you, sir.
distributed, set up, and I'll let you know. By the way, you said you were looking for permits too, right?
Yes. Who
Those
am
are
I
a bit
supposed
more
to talk to?
tricky. We'll need to. I think it's over in the. There's two places you could get them, but it kind of depends on the time of the day and what's going on with the city right now. But it's over in the human district, and there's also uh, what is his name? I can't remember now. But there's a guy over in the human district. His name's call him call him Henry. You go see Henry in the human district. He's a notary, and he can get you set up with at least get you started on the right track, getting some of the taxes paid to get your papers here. But that's just going to be a distribution license. If you want to actually start brewing your own ales here, you're going to need a different license, and that's going to take a little bit more time. But you should be able to get your distribution license pretty quickly. In which case, you can sell your own ale instead of going through me. I'll take care of this batch. The next batch you could bring into the city. You could distribute it on your own. But go see Henry, and if not, I can't remember the name of the other guy. If you come back in a couple of days, I might remember. It's escaped me now, but I know there's another guy in the city that does it. In the meantime, you can
Okay.
look for Henry. He's over in the Home Human District, and he's actually he'll pull out a map and he'll mark it on the location for you. He's a good
Okay.
fellow, bit daft sometimes, but he'll get you sorted out.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so from here, um, the party has options. You can go to the Muddy Maid Tavern, or you can explore the city at your will. It is a big city.
What
Pull
time
up
of day is it?
the map again. You got into town in the morning. You went through the checkpoint. A couple hours here. Early afternoon.
Is
I'll probably
the
make it to the tavern myself.
is the dwarf that had the cart that we came here with? Is he still here, or did he already take
No,
off?
he took off.
Okay.
So tavern being where you're wanting to head, Galoon.
Actually, what part of town is the tavern in?
It's number 3 on the map.
And
So go
where
ahead.
would the
You're at 6.
distribution license be?
Oh, that's over in 10 somewhere. On the actually it'd be north of 10. It's late enough in the day. You're probably not going to get a distribution license this late in the day because by the time you get over there, it'll probably be late afternoon. Probably be closed by that point. City operating hours being 9 to 5.
Hmm.
Um, More like 10 to 5, something like that. Um, it's about 1 o'clock, say 1:30 here. It'd take you a few hours to get over there.
All right. Heading to the tavern, I guess.
As we're traveling, as soon as we begin to leave this area, Thanlin's Forge area, I would like to uh, lean over to Galoon and say, I'm not sure that Thanlin actually forgot to pay you. Good guy for a dwarf, but I guess you understand. You're a dwarf. Greedy lot they are.
Where's all the money in the city? Isn't it in the human section?
I would assume so. We are the prosperous race.
Right. But the dwarves are greedy?
Oh, well, we don't forget to pay our dues, I'll tell you that.
Hmm. Oh, the brownie.
Filled with excitement, I'd like to just like fly over to Bounty and be like, "Hey, you! I recognize you from the boat." Be like, "Did you hear? Did you hear what she said? She said Gizmo was spotted. Isn't it exciting?"
Uh, yes, yes, it is very, very exciting. Do you think we can make an adventure out of that? Trying to hunt it down?
Roll a 20,
Oh,
history or insight or something, Bounty. See if you've ever heard of this gizmo.
The history?
I think it's probably gonna be a history one.
oh,
Sketchy.
A 9. You've never heard of Gizmo in particular, but you have heard that the brownies hold legendary status for a handful of animals um, that to other people would just be, normal wildlife, but to them there's some like the white albino owl, the white albino boar, the white albino seems to signify something to the brownies. That's the gist of what you know. You don't know anything specific about Gizmo though. Just that the brownies as a tribe tend to associate white albinos as like creatures of power or of great import. Um, and
Power, you say? Is there any magic
I
associated with
Wow.
that?
roll another 20 for like arcane. Let's see. Sure. Legends say that some of these creatures do have their feathers and talons and beaks and you know bits and pieces can be used in spellcraft to create spells of great potency. Um,
An
alliance informing.
Yes, I can see wanting to help you track this albino. What was it?
Or
Gizmo.
Boar?
Yeah, he's a big
Okay.
pig, man.
Yeah, I hear it's powerful, full of magic.
Oh, oh, it must be. He's eluded the greatest hunters forever.
Well, we must look into this.
Oh, certainly having a mage would be amazing.
And I heard, or no, did I hear the conversation with the other brownie?
yeah, yeah, sure,
Okay,
absolutely. They
then,
talk loud.
okay, I overheard her saying something about the greenwood.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's so exciting.
So the Greenwood is where the Wood Elves live, and that's where basically the Wood Elves and the Brownies um, migrated to um, roughly 500 years ago when they met up with human refugees and helped them establish a city. Southeast of Parthana is the Great Greenwood, and on the coast is the actual Wood Elf city, and then across the straits is where the Sea Elves set up shop on the Twin Islands.
Well, let's hope our travels go in that direction.
Well, mine certainly are.
We should probably go and have some, get a room in the inn and see if we can find people to talk to and see what's going on in this city. Because, like I said, I told you earlier, something is off with the city. The electricity, the people seem off. And maybe talk to the Circle of Mages and see what they know.
Okay, I've got here. Got another map that we got to share with everybody here. So as you're on your way to the tavern. And you're working your way down alongside one of the streets, kind of going down. There's a checkpoint up ahead, so you have to duck back around to kind of. You don't want to deal with the checkpoint. There's too many lines. There's a quick path you could see back to the tavern. At least where it's been marked in your map. So let's go ahead and get this up real quick. Hang on, my grid's not wanting to work for me here. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna put all you on the sheet here. We've got Crispa. We've got Bim. We've got Galoon. We've got Brock. Bounty. We've got Thamius. Now, Thamius is going to be a little reluctant to go around the checkpoint, but at the same time, you've been with him all day. It's kind of like, ugh, if it gets him to the tavern quicker, I can get rid of these people and I can get back to my post, and I don't have to deal with these elves and dwarves anymore, right? Like, I can just be on my way. So it's like, all right, let's take this side street really quick. This does lead to the tavern and go away. So you're going to go back and duck around this little side street to go around the major checkpoint up ahead so you get around the traffic. And as you do, got to get them on the map real quick. Where did they go? Well, I'm just going to use one of these because these guys are already here, so need to get her off the map. Him off the map. Maps. Map. Okay. All right. All right. See, how's you getting off the path here? I know it says guards, but I'm just got some NPCs that I had to pull off the map here. As you make your way onto this back alley street, there's going to be some unsavories that step out from underneath the edges of the trees to the south and from around the corner of a building as they see you walking. Do we have a marching order here, by the way?
Yeah, I would definitely be in the front because I'm trying to like rush this along and lead them along through the city.
Okay, let's put you up a little bit, like say here. Who's after him?
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near him after being so rude.
You're a little bit cranky.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say I'll be next. I'll be behind his head, buzzing around, just being as nice as possible.
all right. Is everybody else happy with their position on the map before we go further?
Sure.
All right. So one of these guys is gonna step out. Well. What do we have here? A little church lackey.
And I'm gonna kind of motion everyone behind me, and just did the stream go dead? Okay, I'm just gonna kind of motion everyone get behind me. We have unsavory types. What do you want, peasant?
Peasant. That's rich coming from your kind. Hey,
Mm.
I think we need to take a look at what you guys have got. Boys, let's see what they've got today. I'd like to get a little snack this evening.
You will not be bothering my friends. I am guarding them, and I am Sorensen, son of Zeth of the Church of Elder Ways. Back away if you don't want any trouble.
All right.
Friends.
Yeah, they're gonna laugh and draw swords. So let's roll initiative here.
Oh boy.
Oh, wonderful.
What are we rolling?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Mm,
Oh boy, combat's scary at level 1, guys.
Yes, it is.
One hit wonder.
Yeah.
These the wrong way.
That was
One sword of a
intelligence,
dice
Chris.
away from death.
In it is the. Do you remember where the initiative is? In the
Yeah, I
middle.
have 10. I have 10 hit points. Woohoo!
it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. That's that
I
one.
remember. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, guard one is going to. This is
Oh my
second
gosh.
6. Here is going for Thamius. He's gonna step in.
Mm, oh,
That's a miss. Okay. Oops, I need to get the tracker up. Okay. Okay. Next up is guard 2. Guard 2 is gonna step up and go to bounty. That's a hit.
uh,
Oof.
Oh my god!
That was
One
Ooh.
shot it.
max damage
One
hit.
hit
Oh
wonder.
my goodness.
Oh.
I didn't even say anything.
All right.
Well, so much for my mage friend.
So much for our tales and wonders of Bim.
Bim the Wondrous something. All right, guard 4 is this one. He can get up here and also get an attack.
Oh
no.
boy.
That's a hit. Okay. There's guard 5. Let's see. He's gonna roll a 1, 2, 3. It's Thamius 4, 5, 6. It's Bim. It is on Bim.
Okay.
Oh, not the wing.
Apparently not the
Oh,
wing. All right, Crispin, your turn.
Okay. Um, I need to attack. Which one? I think the number 5.
Whichever one you want. Just
Okay. And going to move
mhm.
to be closer to
Mhm.
him.
Yeah, because you have a
Yeah.
sword this time. No
Yeah.
ranged.
No. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use my my rapier.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going to try and hit this boy. Yeah.
That's a
thanks.
hit.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, is she? I don't think it went on.
I don't
Did it
think it
go
did
on that
either.
point?
The hit did, but the damage didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she dragged it on top of it, but it's okay. That was
No,
on.
I didn't drag.
Yeah, you got to drag it on
No.
top. It's okay. I'll manually do it real quick. That was
Was it
guard.
guard 5 or
Yeah, it was guard
2?
5, and he took.
Okay.
She rolled 10.
Yeah.
He's yeah. That's a dead guard. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job. Good
All right.
job.
Not
Yeah.
guards.
I would
Sorry,
like
these
to.
are these are
When she killed
ruffians.
that guard, I nodded in respect at her. By the way.
All right, fair enough.
Mm.
Little charisma. All right, Bim.
Then
Oh man. Well, the dude that swung at me just got annihilated, so I guess I'll just go for number 3 here, and I'm gonna shoot him with a knock an arrow and let loose
Okay.
or not.
Mhm.
No.
The arrow flew by.
Beam.
All right,
Beam.
Bounty Code made his death save on to
Nice.
Galoon.
Bounty cat is
Moving up to this one.
Okay.
I'll
Does this count
swing.
as a bar fight? I mean, we are outside a
We
tavern.
are near a bar. We were going
Very
to a bar.
close. I fought outside many bars. Yes. All right. I'm gonna swing with my two-hander. Oh, did I?
Wait, do you have a
wasn't targeted.
two-hander or do you
Oh,
have your?
You
Okay,
have.
I thought you had.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
nice roll. Nice
Yeah.
roll.
Except I wasn't targeted on it.
Well, here's a question I have because I'm confused too. Because are you using claws or a two-hammer? Because I thought you were using claws.
I have both here,
Okay.
so I was
All right.
close.
That's all I need to know. I didn't remember you having a hammer, so
Yeah.
that's fine. We'll
Um,
count it. So just roll damage on him, and
Okay.
we'll just do it manually. Okay. Thamius.
All right. Let me see. I'll just get the one right in front of me. Guard 4 with my long sword.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hit. I'm trying not to kill him.
All right, Brock.
Mhm. All right, Brock's gonna help
Bro.
Galen.
Do we have a battle cry of the
Oh,
Oh, bro.
I mean, I do, but nobody will hear it.
Oh, I want to hear it. What's the battle cry
Yeah,
of
I
the
want to hear it.
yeah.
I can't do a.
If you don't do one, then when you roll, I'll do one.
Sounds like demonic screeching from in the middle of the night from your worst nightmares. That's what it sounds like.
That's not a very good one. That's more like a Jawa in pain.
Yeah, I can't do it. There's no way.
When you roll, I'm gonna attempt.
All right. So actions. I'm going to. Brock is gonna bite.
Bye. Yeah.
I missed.
Hey, that was
Close.
pretty good.
That was
That's
good.
good.
That was good.
All right, guard
But he
1
missed.
is gonna move in
If
now.
anyone wants to Google badger sounds, you'll be impressed.
All right, that's a miss. Oh, hang on. That's not wasn't supposed to be that. Hold up. He's off.
hitting dead people now.
Yeah, he's off of bounty code.
I
Sorry.
see dead people.
This is guard
No.
2 who is off of bounty. I'm gonna roll 1, 2. It's Galoon. 3, 4. It's Chrisma. 5, 6. It's Brock. It's on Brock.
Bro. Yeah.
Okay. That's a miss. Guard 3 is Thamius. These are not guards, by the way. I keep saying guards. They're ruffians.
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
goodbye, friends.
Oh.
Down.
Okay.
No loss.
Oh.
I was trying to protect you
All
guys.
right. He's gonna turn around and go.
You got us in a fight. Come on now.
That.
Hang on. It's on Thamius still. I thought I unselected. Hold up.
These guys really want to make sure we're dead, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
No.
It's guard 4. Unselect Thamius. There we go. On Bim. He's gonna step over the corpse.
He's gonna trip.
That's a good
Beam.
point. Let me roll a 6 to see if he actually does trip. He does not trip. He's gonna step over the fallen corpse. He's gonna stab at you.
Oh.
All right, Thamius. He's this guy's guard. Yeah, this guy right here is. He's gonna move around and come down over here. Oops, that was the wrong button. Hold up. Chris, 0 damage. Oh my goodness.
Oh, another crit, jeez.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Chris is down. Bim,
Mm,
you're up.
Man,
Bim.
I'm like one of the only ones up.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm retaliating against this dude who came at me, and I'm pretty close. But that's okay. We'll go after this.
That's
Man,
a
Nice.
hit.
So
Okay, that's a
that's right.
dead
That's right.
guard.
Poor
go.
brownie.
For Gizmo!
All right, Bounty's still on. You made you saved Bounty, so you're up with 1 hit point.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go over there and I can do reach charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a cure wounds on her.
Okay, and you get a +1. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's 7 heal.
Thank
So
you,
she's actually
Bounty.
up to 2. So, one thing to keep in mind, Bounty, because I know we talked about the fire, but it also applies to life. All your fire and all your life spells, because you at least studied to level 4 in the circle, you get a +1 on all of those, like +1 to hit and +1 to the potency.
Oh,
So
so they'll heal more?
yeah, it'll hit 1 point more, or it'll do 1
Oh,
point of damage more.
nice. So is it like a advantage or is that different?
It's different. This is
Okay.
just like some of your spells have a plus to hit, like a weapon has a +1 to hit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'll have to look at
Yeah, I think
how
you
to
just
modify that.
yeah, you could just add a
Oh, you can there's a modifier
yep,
that can add 1, right?
yep. Galoon, you're up.
Okay, take a swing at this guard again. Guard 2.
Tis a hit, and
Eh.
it was a hit. Oh,
Oh,
critical success against your death save, sir.
Nice.
Do you get an action on the same round or not? I forget.
No, no.
It's the
The
next
action
turn.
is you just
Yeah,
being
yeah, okay.
alive. Yeah.
All right, Brock, you're up.
Same guy.
Oh, very nice, Brock.
Thanks.
bravo.
Gnaw on him a little.
That is
Shakes
a
him.
Nice.
dead.
Hmm.
Um, roll a 6 really quick, Sparrow. If you
For
roll a
Brock or
1, if you roll a
oh,
1, Brock is like pissed off that some of his buddies have gotten hurt, and he's gonna like get an extra attack. Only if you roll a 1.
oh,
Nah,
come on, a 2 is
almost,
so close.
Well,
almost.
when he killed that guard, I know I'm barely conscious here. I just kind of mutter out, "Good job, little beaver."
Trash panda.
Trash panda.
Jeez. Humans.
All right, so this guard here is gonna attack. That's a hit.
Boy.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay. All right, this guard 3 does not notice that Thamius is reviving. He's gonna come down here. And he's gonna go after this. Oops, sorry, that was a miss. I should have done that. I need to take 5 off of Brock. Brock, you have no damage. Next, is guard 6. He's still on Chrisma. Is Chrisma unconscious? No, she's healed now.
No. Yes, Bounty.
Oh my god. All these 20s against 2 guys. I'm so
Jeez,
sorry.
dude.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Jeez.
All right, she succeeded. Bim
No.
also succeeded. Bounty code, you're up. It's not my
Okay.
fault.
We heal Thamius. Get
Yeah.
Thamius up.
Is Twinkle down?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they're both conscious now, but
Yes.
Oh,
you
what
know.
happened? Charisma got knocked down again. So should we get
No,
Thamius
hang on.
up or?
Actually, yeah, Bim is still unconscious, it says.
Yeah, he has to
He's
get 3
saved. Yeah.
saves, right?
Yeah, I
I
think
only
it's
got it because I got a critical save.
yes.
Thamius is up
Mhm.
this turn, so if he has a heal, he might not die instantly.
Aha. So I should probably try and heal him.
Uh, um, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do the healing, or yeah, healing word on him.
Yeah, you could do a +1 modifier on the roll.
With the cure wounds, it's yeah, okay, +1 to heal.
It may or may not add it to the roll, but at the very least it'll
I did add the
okay,
bonus
perfect.
to it.
Perfect. All right. Galoon.
Alright, who we got here? 6 and 3. Right, I guess I'll go for 6.
That's a hit. Okay. Thamius.
All right. So
An
I'm
elf
gonna use
just healed you.
um yeah, I'm thinking this over. So wait, no, he healed Bim, right? Oh, he healed
No,
me
he
too.
healed you.
Okay, so
The
I'm
conflict
going to
within.
mutter, I can't believe I might die for an elf, and I'm gonna lay on hands bounty.
Oh, he's gonna turn about fair trade.
The paladin way. So I've never cast lay on hands before in this. So let me see if I can figure it out.
It should just be
Oh,
automatically
there
in
it is.
your casting, yeah.
Oh, whoops! I wasted it on nothing.
You need
Let me
to
get bounty
target
code.
someone first. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get on you.
Well, it healed. It
Control.
healed for 5, right? Okay, there you go.
There we go.
All right.
And that's literally all. The by the way, lay on hands is very different 5th edition. It's just my level times 5. So that's all I got. Is
Haha.
I don't roll for it.
All right. Brock
Nice.
is up.
He'll go for the one right in front of him, I guess. Well,
Okay.
can he reach 6 fine without moving?
Which one is
Because
six?
he's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
No,
to the
he's fine.
corner.
He's catty. Excuse me, catty corner to both.
Mhm.
That's a miss. All right. Bim is down, so he's gonna switch off of that. This is guard 1. He's gonna switch off. He's gonna go back to Thamius because he sees you just got healed coming up. Oh my God!
Quit critting! Why are they doing this? Unbelievable. This has got to be the most hardcore level 1 fight I've ever seen or
Yeah.
heard.
For real.
Get him out of your
Rigged.
system early.
It's rigged. I'm telling you.
I'm
Oh
Wow.
so
my
sorry.
goodness.
I'm
It is what
so
it is.
sorry.
The dice have spoken.
Oh my God.
The
Dice
dice
hate
This
want him
us.
is
to die.
Yeah.
ridiculous. Bye,
Brutal.
Thamius.
Mm.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, back
down
down
again.
again.
Oh my God, I'm so
I want. I
sorry.
want. I wonder if the Fantasy Ground devs heard that Tim never kills characters off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, really?"
Crank up his crits.
Oh, Christmas unconscious, so he's gonna be switching. He just got attacked by the
Oh.
the Brock, so he's gonna switch. Oh my god. That's a hit.
But even that was a 17. I mean, man.
Dice are heavy tonight.
That's a success.
Having
Oh, there you
good
go,
death rolls.
Bim.
All right, Bim's up.
Battlecode.
Okay. I got no. I only got no spell stuff, so I have to go to cantrips. Guard 6 is the heaviest.
Mm.
You can just drop the attack die on him, hon. It's easier.
I'm gonna do a firebolt.
Always a good choice. That's a hit. That's a dead
Nice.
ruffian. Okay, next up is Galoon.
Moving to closer to him, I guess.
Yep.
Take a swing. This ruffian. And a miss.
Oh.
Okay, and Brock.
Brock is going to attack. You used up all the 20s.
Apparently I did. All right.
Well, let's see. There may be more.
True.
Down. So he's gonna move around and come for bounty. That's a hit. How did he get a hit with an 8? Is your armor class really low?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
That
level
cloak doesn't
1.
provide much,
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Oof, barely
Oh my
left.
gosh.
Okay. Okay. Bim, you're up, and you can actually do something.
Fly away.
Fly away, run!
Oh man.
Uh,
What would Bim do in this situation? 1 hit point, bunch of people he doesn't really care about. Although Bounty did say he was gonna kind of help me out. So all right, I'll stick around here.
Vengeance. That's a dead guard.
Bravo.
Bandit.
All
Whatever.
right. Then
Bounty
there's
code.
one.
Either kill him in 1 shot or miss completely. No in
Yeah,
between.
exactly. All right.
Kill him.
Kill him!
Yeah.
There you go, Bounty.
Galoon.
Wounded.
You can do it.
A mighty
Smash
shriek.
them with your mighty warhammer.
Yeah.
And a miss.
And
For,
you whiff
for
and
nothing.
hit the ground.
Come
Mightily.
on,
You
honey
hit the ground
badger.
mightily.
That means
And
Brock.
Brock.
uh,
Cut his shoelace.
That's a hit. Hit on Brock. Okay. Chrisma, you're up. You're stable, Chris. You're still unconscious, it says. But you're stable. Alright.
yes.
You're unconscious but stable. So you
Okay.
can't do anything. Bim, you're up.
Yeah.
All right, bring the last one down. Let's see if we can't.
Please.
Oh, nope. Gonna happen.
Body code.
Firebolt. Miss.
Galoon.
Oh no.
All right.
Come on, Galoon.
Scream.
That's a hit.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
And a 1.
You get a +3.
Oh, that's nice.
I failed my death
Failed
save.
save. Brock.
Mm.
Brock,
Oh,
please.
Brock again. Okay. Come on, Brock.
Finish it, Brock. Come on, Beaver.
Yes,
Go.
please.
That is a dead
Dying.
guard.
Oh,
There.
All
poor
right.
Okay.
Brock. Bleeding out.
Thamius is barely clinging to life. Christma as well. Sorry. Christma is also gravely wounded. She is um, able to regain consciousness, but she is going to need to lean on someone. You're going to need to carry Thamius. He's completely unconscious, but you can see the tavern just beyond the edge of the trees at the end of the alleyway that you took. So that's a safe place and that's a good place to go.
Yeah.
So get
Let's head in there.
Thamius. Yep, I'm gonna get this
Uh,
map up.
do I have to touch the human?
Well, if
He
you
was
want to
pretty
save him,
rude. Mm,
Oh, save him. The dirty, rotten paladin. I don't know.
yeah, I suppose. I'll drag him by a bootleg.
drag him by the bootleg. All right, let's see here. All right, so you're gonna have Chrisma, who is his who's carrying the human?
Please.
I am. I'm not even injured.
Okay, so you're carrying the human. You're strong enough that you can literally carry him.
All right.
Chrisma is with bounty code. Bim is limping along, and
So is Brock.
Brock is limping along.
Mhm.
But you make it to the Money Maid Tavern. You
Oh,
stumble in, and I'm gonna just put you on the map, Skinny. I know you're listening in here. Put you in a chair over here. You stumble in to the gasps of the crowd. There's a dozen people sitting around the tavern here, having their late afternoon dinner, early evening dinner, and you come stumbling in, bloodied and worse for wear, and a hobbit, excuse me, a halfling. Not allowed to say hobbit. Hobbit. A halfling woman steps out from behind the bar with a big frown on her face. What's the meaning of this? Bringing blood and mud into my tavern. What's going on?
Well, there were ruffians hiding behind your tavern that attacked us as we were trying to come in. If you could help this paladin,
A
he was supposed
paladin.
to be
Why would I?
escorting us.
Paladin. I don't.
It'll keep us out of trouble. He was supposed to be watching us, and now he's all bloodied.
And
We
now we're
need him.
watching him.
Yeah. We don't need trouble.
I love this tavern, by the way. They got Pac-Mans.
Yeah.
I don't need any trouble either. I don't know that I want this kind of trouble. What do you think you're doing here? Who told you you could bring bloody people into my tavern?
Thanlin.
Thanon. Yeah. Okay.
Thanon.
Okay. Um, Thanon.
Thanon sent
Roll
us here.
everybody roll a persuasion real quick.
Except for me, because I'm unconscious.
Yeah,
Right.
you're unconscious.
Persuasion, right?
Hmm.
This is gonna be wonderful.
Ugh, I almost had it. Bounty got it.
Yeah.
The guy with the lowest charisma.
I don't know.
He
What's
got
your
a -2 even
I have
on
a
that.
minus
Yeah,
two.
as you're all mentioning the name Thanon, she looks around and looks over your shoulder and she just beckons really quick. Get in, get off the street. Close the door. Come on, let's go.
All right. I kicked the door shut.
Okay, kick the door
Drag the
shut.
human.
Drag the human in. We can go ahead and get Skinny in on the call now. He should still be here in the waiting in the wings. Um, you're at the least you're visible now, Skinny, because you're in the tavern. You're in the same place. So you're seeing what just went down as they came into the tavern. So we've got a halfling who stepped out from behind the bar to help the party get through the front door, kick the door shut behind him. She's obviously worried about what someone outside might see. She doesn't seem too preoccupied with the people inside the tavern, but she's definitely worried with what might come in off the street. So kick the door closed. Come on, come on. And she's going to motion you to the bar to where she can get everybody laid out. She's going to put them up here, and she's going to just really quickly push a whole bunch of stuff off the top of the bar top so that you guys can lay Thamius on top of the bar. Chrisma's conscious enough at this point that she can slump in a chair wherever she chooses.
Mm.
Just
All right,
pick.
so she's taking care of the human. I want to take care of Brock. Get him, start bandaging him up or
All
something.
right, well, pick your locations in the tavern, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and sit
Mm.
wherever you want, Chris. Let's pick a chair.
Okay, I'll head over and start helping with Thamius and other of the church.
Okay. All right.
Let me know when I gain consciousness.
Yeah.
What happened here? How is one of the church ending up in this condition with you guys?
Ruffian humans out back decided they want what we had. You'll find their corpses.
Ruffian humans, eh? Well,
Corpses on my backyard. Marilyn, the
Think of it
halfling's eyes are
fertilizer.
really big now. She's gonna Barry. She's gonna holler back in the back. When one of the biggest halflings you've ever seen comes stumbling. I mean, he could pass for a dwarf. He is big. He is muscular. He is the biggest, bulkiest halfling you've ever seen. Comes out of the back door with a rag thrown over his shoulder. What? She says, "We got some bodies out back. We need to get taken care of out in the alleyway, quick, before the paladins get a whiff of this. Before the church sees him." I And
Well,
he's gonna
we
duck out the back door and apparently go take care of the bodies that were left in the alleyway.
we
Um,
have a paladin here. He'll vouch for us that they attacked us.
well, it depends on if he makes it or not. He's in pretty bad shape, and she's going to start pulling his armor to the side, checking his wounds, dousing them with liquor and alcohol. Um, Roll a 6, Thamius, and see if you
Okay.
can feel any of the stings of the alcohol. If you roll like a 1 or a 2, you can like moan and cry out.
Oh, it can. I want to cry out, "Ruffians, where are they? Let me at them!"
All right, so he trembles a little bit as he shouts this. His body spasms, and then he falls back unconscious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a good place to end our first session.
Ah,
we are
Man, that
at
was
10.
rough.
We are
Barely
we
survived.
are at 10 o'clock, so this is our cutoff point for the night. So this is a cliffhanger episode, ladies and gentlemen. What is going to to happen
Mhm.
with our party members? We've got a lot of things going on right now. We've got a wounded paladin who is now possibly indebted to some people who. By the way, I'm not going to say that this is the perfect thing to have happened, but it does give Thamius's character a reason now to feel a connection to these Fae, which for a
yeah.
role playing perspective, talking about your backstory and what we had talked about before in the previous episodes, this kind of is a tie-in to give you a better reason to at least feel a little bit of something.
Small bit of compassion. Yeah.
Yeah, it might not be
Mhm.
trust, but it's definitely, hey, maybe they're not all as bad as
Yeah.
they
Especially as
say.
a paladin who would see that as very honorable that they did that. Yeah.
Flip side is that you, on the way through, left a bunch of bodies in the wake, and she, at the very least, this halfling lady, appears to be very concerned about it. It could just be because it's on her front doorstep, and she doesn't want any problem with the church, which is what it sounds like. We'll see if there's any repercussions from that.
Would I understand why she would think that way? Maybe you could shoot it in a DM to me or something
Um,
just to help with the role play, or would I not know why she would be concerned?
I think that. Well, I could just say it. And,
Just bodies, just dead
well, right
people.
now, because she's tied in, she's clued in on just the church becoming more and more kind of anti
Ah,
Faye, and
right.
so
It's near her
it's
establishment.
near her
Okay.
establishment, and that just it's questions that she doesn't want to have answered. You guys just came in with a bloodied paladin. There's bodies out front. The paladin might die in her tavern, and she's sort of in panic mode of going, I don't need all of this, but Thanon sent them. Crap, I owe Thanon. I have to deal with the situation. She's that's sort of what's going through her mind right now.
Okay.
Um, so this
And
is
I
a
bet there's going to be fresh meat and vegetable stew on the menu tomorrow. Just saying.
that's grotesque. But then
On that
again,
disturbing note,
we did go 10 toe stew last time, so you never know where this might go,
Yeah. Somebody
ladies and
got
gentlemen.
pink eye from it.
Yes,
Yeah.
somebody did get pink eye when they squeezed that toe. Juicy. Um, so this is our episode for the night, everybody. We are trying to keep these to 2 hours on Sunday nights. 8 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central is the schedule moving forward. Um, we are going to be meeting every Sunday moving forward. So if you liked tonight's episode, there's a few things you need to do. One, of course, if you're here on Twitch watching it live, don't forget to follow here on Twitch. And if you feel compelled to and you liked what you saw, don't forget you can always support via subscriptions, bits, all those other things, Prime subs, all that good stuff here on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get updates for all the future content. Please don't forget to check the links below. Go check out all of our party members and their individual social media channels. Beyond that, we have a Discord where you can check us out. There's a bunch of stuff in there related to the Patreon page. And of course, if you want to follow along as we continue to build this universe, it's patreon.com/wandering hermits. The tabletop source book is available now. It's the rule set and the setting, all the lore, the information, the classes, the races, plus the module that we're playing right now is in there. You can also, at the Patreon page, get access to the updates for the point and click adventure game, as well as the book chapters as they're published in the novel. Chapter 20 just went live Thursday, I think this past Thursday. So you can get caught up on all that stuff. And then we do 3 updates every week throughout the week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on the Patreon page. So you can check that stuff out. Again, you can get a copy of the book at weaveandvoid.com or over at the Patreon page. Um, we're building that Patreon out, and everybody here is a party member, but we're also having folks do like we've got artwork from Becca, who's Bounty and Galoon's daughter. We've got Nathan doing artwork. We got more artwork coming down the pipeline. And for those of you who want hardcover books, stay tuned because we do have a Kickstarter coming later this summer for the hardcover editions of our source book, so stay tuned for that. Thanks everybody for tuning in
And
tonight. Go ahead.
one more thing,
Yeah.
Mujin, thank you for the sub.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
get an
nice,
update.
Demetrius.
Apparently, I
Oh,
need to
He did
get.
earlier.
Oh, thank you. I need to get. Maybe that's what that was. I did hear a notification go off, and I didn't see it on my
Yeah.
screen. So that must have been what that was. So thank you very much for the sub. That's amazing for supporting us. Thank you so much. Before we sign off for the night, does anybody have anything they want to say? Good nights, thank yous, all that good stuff. I'll do a round table and just let everybody go around the table and say what you want as we're winding up for the night.
well, thanks for coming, everybody. Coming to support us. We love it.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Lots of fun incoming.
Yeah,
yep.
thank
Stay
you.
tuned
Thank
for more
you.
skinny.
Yeah. Skinny. Skinny. Sorry about that, Skinny. We got a little
All
hung up.
good. That was good. It's fine.
Yeah, stick around.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's gonna get better and better.
Especially as you get levels, more hit points, so you don't die to random 20s constantly.
Repeatedly die during battle.
That was pretty brutal. So
Or not so random 20s. Like, what was it, like 10 of them there?
nudge, nudge,
Yeah,
Check
wink,
his
for
wink.
real.
dice, man.
I've never seen so many 20s.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. All right, everybody. See you next week. Same time, same
Yeah.
place.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.